Hello and welcome back to Mirror Review. Have you ever heard the saying, no place like home? Well, for some brands, home was more like a battlefield. You'd think that conquering your own backyard would be a piece of cake, right? But in reality, it's tougher than it looks. From colossal retail giants to beloved fast food chains, some of North America's biggest brands have shockingly stumbled or even fallen flat on their faces within their own continent. In today's video, we're diving deep into the tales of 10 North American brands that struggled or outright failed right here at home. We're talking about names you know, companies that have made a splash globally, yet couldn't quite keep it together on their own turf. So, what went wrong? Why did they falter when the stakes were highest? Stick around as we uncover the stories behind these surprising corporate missteps. Let's get started. Number 1. Target, the Canadian catastrophe. Let's kick things off with Target. You might know it as the go-to place for everything from groceries to clothes in the US, but when Target tried to spread its wings into Canada, it was a disaster. Why? Poor site selection had them opening stores in less than ideal locations, and on top of that, they faced inventory nightmares that left shelves bare. By 2015, they waved the white flag and exited Canada altogether. It was a classic case of expanding too fast without laying the groundwork. Number 2, Tim Hortons, struggling in the land of Uncle Sam. Now, let's talk about Tim Hortons, a Canadian staple that you'd think would do well in the US. But it turns out that competing with giants like Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts was tougher than they thought. Internal disputes with franchisees didn't help either, leading to the closure of over 300 US locations. They're still hanging on, but it's been a rough ride south of the border. Number 3, Cinepolis, the Mexican misstep. Cinepolis, Mexico's leading cinema chain, aimed to bring its luxury service model to the US. However, the intense competition from established theater chains and the challenge of adapting its upscale offerings to American tastes have stifled its growth. While still present in the US, Cinepolis has struggled to make a significant impact. Number 4. Rona, the US home improvement struggle. Rona, Canada's go-to for home improvement, thought they could make a splash in the US market. But with Home Depot and Lowe's already ruling the roost, Rona found itself outmatched. Chronic underperformance plagued their stores, and by 2012, they had to pull the plug on their US expansion. It was a reminder that even a strong brand can crumble under the weight of competition. Number 5. Taco Bell, the failed taste of Mexico. You might think Taco Bell would be a hit in Mexico, right? After all, it's serving up Mexican food. But the reality was far different. Competing with authentic taquerias offering better quality at lower prices was a losing battle. Mexicans weren't impressed with what Taco Bell had to offer, and it wasn't long before they packed up and left the market. Number 6. Air Canada, struggling to keep up in North America. Air Canada might be the flag carrier and largest airline in Canada, but it's been struggling in the North American market, especially when it comes to on-time performance. With only 63% of flights arriving on time in 2023, it ranks last among major North American airlines. High operating costs and operational challenges have grounded this airline's ambitions to soar higher. Number 7. Quiznos, the sub-chain that got subbed out. Quiznos was once a giant in the US sub-sandwich market, with nearly 5,000 locations at its peak. But intense competition from Subway, combined with a flawed business model that squeezed franchisees, saw Quiznos shrink to fewer than 200 stores by 2017. It's a textbook example of how even a dominant player can be dethroned by poor business practices and fierce rivals. Number 8. Giant Tiger, roaring out of the US. Giant Tiger, a Canadian discount retailer, decided to test the waters in the US market. However, strong competition from retail behemoths like Walmart and a shaky economic environment proved too much to handle. Their only US store in Potsdam, New York, closed its doors, marking their quiet exit from the market. Number 9. Domino's Pizza, the odd slice of Canada. Domino's is synonymous with pizza delivery, but in Canada, it hasn't been a smooth ride. Facing intense competition from local pizzerias and operational hiccups that affected delivery times, Domino's has had to scale back its ambitious plans. They're still in the game, but it's been far from the dominance they enjoy in the US. And last, number 10, Grupo Bimbo, the bread giant's North American struggles. Lastly, let's talk about Grupo Bimbo, the Mexican multinational known for its baked goods. Despite being a giant in the food industry, They faced hurdles in North America, particularly due to rising operational costs and competitive pressures. They're still holding on, but it's clear that even the biggest brands can struggle when the market dynamics shift. So there you have it, 10 North American brands that hit roadblocks on their home turf. Whether it was tough competition, poor business decisions, or just bad luck, these companies faced challenges that kept them from thriving where they should have been strongest. If you found this breakdown interesting, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. And hey, maybe you've got your own brand ideas brewing which might be a huge success. Share your ideas in the comments below. Thanks for watching.